Hi, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Exploring Shasta County History. I'm your host, Jeremy M. Tuggle. Today, kind of rehashing some history of the former Was Ferry in this video, but we're at the original site of Wright's Ferry. So, this is the old stage road leading down to what used to be Wright's and Potter's Ferry. And today we're hoping to find some upper mooring pins. Of course, they're iron mooring pins that date back to this time period. This part of the lake is about 85 to 90 feet deep. So we may not see any, but the old stage road is here, and it connects to the FB trail, which is that one there, and goes right on in off of East Shore Drive. And this is the stretch of road they would be climbing up from the Sacramento River. And of course, we're heading down to the ferry site at the base of this road from the east side of the river. The ferry was exactly 100 yards south of the mouth of Spring Creek. There is a cut in the road on the opposite side, on the west side over there. You can kind of see it coming on down into this portion. And that was the old stage road. Part of it's still there on the west side. And there is a picnic table on the old stage road now. Now this is a pretty cool feature here on the old stage road. This manzanita, pretty much almost dead, but kind of makes like a tunnel through here. See what I mean? Really, really cool. A lot of trash in the area. Might have been a transient homeless camp at one time. I'm trying to look at this rock for some upper mooring pins and possible tie downs, like at the Middle Creek location of Lost Ferry. So far, not seeing anything. And looks like we're coming to an end. A lot of growth back here in shrubbery. A lot of poison oak. And the road continues, but into the water. And it gets pretty deep here. And somewhere in this vicinity is where Wright's and Potter's Ferry went across. And that was before Potter relocated the ferry towards the location just south of the mouth of Rock Creek, south of the present day site of Keswick Dam, and north of the present day river bridge on the Sacramento River. But this was the original location for that same ferry. And I'm looking at this rock wall, which would be perfect for upper mooring pins. And I am not seeing it. Alright. Getting back on up where I left Robert. Some of the history may sound familiar, especially if you just got done watching both my Ferry videos on what remains of that ferry site at Middle Creek. So this will sound the same and familiar to you. On October 14th, 1851, the Shasta County Court of Sessions granted a ferry license to Eugene Wright and Otis Stevens to operate a ferry across the Sacramento River 100 yards south of the mouth of Spring Creek. They called this watercraft the Wright's Ferry, and it was a successful business venture by them. Then, in 1852, Wright and Seaman sold out to William Potter Jr., and Potter changed the name of this ferry to Potter's Ferry, which was then located at Spring Creek. Potter then relocated his ferry below the mouth of Rock Creek on the Sacramento River near Middle Creek, north of the present-day site of the Ribbon Bridge, and Potter eventually sold this ferry to Joseph Law in 1855. The relocation of this ferry was made by Potter due to the Court of Sessions granting another ferry license to William G. Moody and Charles Wood in 1853. It was located just south of the mouth of Spring Creek as well. However, there was a law at that time which forced ferries and bridges to be a mile apart from each other in California, even though the license was granted for them to use that area. On October 4th, 1854, William Weatherlow followed suit of the above ferrymen and applied for a ferry license under the Shasta County Court of Sessions, who heard testimony and granted his application that day for him to operate a ferry at that same location as previous ferries above. His ferry was granted for 1 year of public service and on direct orders that he would file a bond in the sum of $2,000, which Weatherlow paid in full, and Weatherlow only operated this ferry for 1 year until Moody and Wood, as well as Weatherlow, each quit or sold out to Joseph Law, which is how Joseph Law acquired their ferries since purchasing Potter's Ferry in 1855. Today, nothing remains of the ferry ramps and iron mooring pin these ferries, which appear to be under the water of the Sacramento River on both the west and east side of the river at that location. However, the old stage road leading down to the ferry site and or from the ferry site still remain today and have been turned into a portion of the Sacramento River Trail system. On the east side of the river and on the west side of the river, it was turned into the FB Trail system at that location. Here I am on the opposite side of the Sacramento River, in Keswick, on a portion of the Sacramento River Trail, and we are looking at the end of the old stage road here up on this upper grade. Now we're turning and connecting with the road on the opposite side of the river trail. I'm currently looking for where it branches off from here, going across on down to the mouth of Spring Creek. Not really seeing it, but it's in the area. Here I am on the old road itself. This is tree that you saw on the west side, and below that is the old grade of the road, the cut that I was talking about. This is the mouth of Spring Creek here.
My thesis from that baptism is 24 pages. Oh, okay. Yeah. And that was on Walking Rock.
A lot of shrubbery in the area. I'm on the old road leading down to the ferry site. Two people that you see back there are Robert from California on Earth and my friend Ralph. You saw him on the Claramine video. Ralph Bentram. And this is the mouth of Spring Creek. Now we're on the bend of the Sacramento River looking east across the river where we were at the start of the video, just about in the same proximity. This is where Wright's Ferry went across and Potter's, and then later on it would have been Moody and Wood's Ferry as well as William and Weatherlow's Ferry. It would have went across the river at this location right along this bend here. There are lower cuts coming out of the water on the opposite side. I don't know if you can see them. That might have been used as the old stage road. Alright folks, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.